There are seasons in life when everything falls apart. Dreams feel distant, prayers feel unanswered, and the people you trusted become the ones who hurt you the most. Joseph knew that season well. He was young when God gave him a dream, a glimpse of a future filled with purpose and influence. But the dream didn't lead him to a throne, it led him to betrayal. His own brothers, driven by jealousy, stripped him of his robe, the symbol of favor, and threw him into a pit, a silent, empty pit. No applause, no explanation, just darkness. And if that wasn't enough, he was sold into slavery in Egypt, far from home, far from comfort, far from everything familiar. Yet even there, Scripture says something remarkable. The Lord was with Joseph, not when he became powerful, not when he was vindicated, but in the house of Potiphar, in injustice, in obscurity. Joseph worked faithfully. He served with integrity. And for a moment it seemed like life was stabilizing, until false accusation shattered it again. He was thrown into prison. Not because he failed, but because he refused to compromise. Imagine doing the right thing and still suffering for it. Prison wasn't just confinement, it was silence. Years of it. The cupbearer forgot him. The system ignored him. Time moved on, but God had not. What looked like delay was divine positioning, because in that prison, Joseph learned administration. He learned patience. He learned how to steward responsibility in small places before managing a nation. Then one day, suddenly, everything shifted. Pharaoh had a dream no one could interpret, and the forgotten prisoner was remembered. In a single day, Joseph went from the dungeon to the palace. But the promotion was never the miracle. The miracle was the man he had become. When famine struck the land, the same brothers who betrayed him stood before him, desperate and unaware. He had power now. Power to revenge. Power to expose. Power to destroy. But instead, he chose mercy. And he said words that echo through history. You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good. Not God used it accidentally. Not God repaired the damage. God meant it. The pit had purpose. The prison had design. The pain was not random. Joseph's story teaches us something powerful. God does his deepest work in hidden places. Before influence comes formation. Before elevation comes refinement. Before the palace comes the pit. So if you find yourself in a season that feels unfair, unseen, or unbearably slow, do not assume God is absent. He may be building in you what you will need for where he is taking you, because sometimes the dream is fulfilled, not when circumstances change, but when you do. And the same God who was with Joseph in the pit is still present in your process.